Ex-wife left for AP and returned after 10 years and asks to take her back. So, I'm 34 now, and this all started back in 2009 when I married my ex-wife. Let's call her X. We had our baby the next year in 2010. Things were good, or so I thought. But in November of that year, something happened that pretty much shattered my world. One night she was asleep, and her phone lit up with a message. It was flirty, something that didn't sit right. So I picked up her phone, and it was from our neighbor. I couldn't believe it. I went through every message, and there it was. Sexting, sharing nudes, even plans to meet up at hotels. It had been going on since the first week of our marriage. Yeah, first week. At that moment, everything just collapsed. I took screenshots of everything, saved them on my phone. The next day, I couldn't hold it in. I contacted our neighbor's wife, let's call her M. She'd been married to him for 4 years, and they'd just had a baby around the same time we had ours. We were both in shock, like, how did we not see this? Later that day, I confronted X, told her I wanted a divorce. She cried, begged, all of it. But honestly, I was done. I was numb to it all. I even got a paternity test for our son because the affair timeline, it matched the conception date. I had to know. 2 days later, I came home from work and our baby was there, just crying on the bed. But X, she was gone. I found a letter. In it, she said she didn't love me and that she had left with our neighbor, AP. She told me not to contact them. I knew something like this was coming, but I didn't think she'd leave her own baby. 6 months old, and she just ran off. After that, I went to see M. She was in the same boat, got the same letter from her husband. She was struggling with postpartum depression, and now she was left alone too. It was heartbreaking. Eventually, the paternity test came back. He was my son. That was one small relief at least. I tried reaching out to X's family, but they were as shocked as I was. Her own father told me if she ever came back, she wouldn't be welcome. They practically disowned her. M was amazing though. She started coming over to help with the kids, even breastfed both of them, hers and mine. We were like a little family. My son even started calling her mom. Over time, we grew close. We started going on dates, and eventually we got engaged. A year later, in 2013, we got married. In 2015, we had our first child together. We would sometimes talk about our exes, how much disrespect we'd put up with, but mostly we were just happy. We were a family. In 2018, though, something strange happened. My son accidentally saw a picture of X, a photo from right after he was born. It was the three of us, me, him, and X. So M and I decided it was time to tell him the truth, or a version of it. We told him that his birth mom, X, had died in a car accident years ago, and that M had taken care of him since he was 6 months old. Fast forward to 2 days ago. I get an anonymous email. I open it, and it says, I want to see my son, and I want my family back. Not divorced yet, I knew it was X. I showed it to M. She freaked out, asked if I would ever take X back. I reassured her, told her X was just a part of my past, and I would never leave her. Never. But now, I'm stuck. I mean, there's no way I'd ever take X back. That's not even a question. But should I let her see our son? Should I give him the chance to connect with his birth mother? Or would that just mess everything up? I don't know. What would you do?